what she looks like. Cute or whatever. But oh god, Jesus, that kind of hurt. But actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna say later on in this video that if you got a bigger head than me, you should increase, but don't increase, just stick with it because it is quite big. Because it's like a perfect size, just stick with the 18 by 18 centimeter. But yeah, it is what my scarf looks like. I'm gonna show you how to make this scarf right now. I already made it. This is after. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be making a balaclava scarf with granny squares. I wasn't going to record a tutorial for this, but then like I'm making it like a heart in the middle, so I just thought like I might as well show you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And yeah, also I'm a bit sick, so I'm going to sound like I'm crying, but I promise you I'm not crying. But first things first, you're going to need 4 different squares, and my squares, they measure 18 by 18 centimeters. So my head's quite small. You might want to make your granny square a bit bigger if you're, you know, your head's up. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but if your head's a bit bigger than mine, because mine's quite small. But what you're going to do, I'm going to explain it later in the video, is just keep working around until you feel like it's enough for your size. But mine's, I've done 18 by 18 centimeters. And then with this scarf bit, yeah, I'm going to explain later on in the video, so don't worry about it. We're just gonna start now. So starting with the things that we need, I'm using 2 different colored yarns for mine. You don't need to use 2 different colors, but if you want to, you can. But yeah, I'm gonna use stitch markers. You're probably gonna need about 4 of them, and then I'm gonna use a needle, a hook. I'm using a 4mm hook for this project, and this is a 4-weight yarn, and then a cutter as well. So yeah, without talking too much, we're just gonna start, and I'm gonna start off by making this granny square that measures 18 by 18 centimeters for this measurement. Okay guys, so to start, yeah, we're gonna do a magic circle first. So hold your yarn like so, wrap it around your finger, and then put it to the back, right? Grab your hook, put it through the front, pull through. Don't let go, but you can let go of the long tail, and then chain 1. Right, so this tutorial is on how to do a magic circle if you don't understand how I've done it, but that's the best of explaining it. That's how I do mine. And then as soon as you got your magic circle, that chain counts as chain 1, and then you're going to chain 2 more. So 1 and 2, and that counts as our first double crochet. And now we're going to put 2 more double crochet into the magic circle. So yarn over and put 1 double crochet, and then put another double crochet in this magic circle, right? And then chain 2, 1, 2, and then put 3 double crochet in this magic circle. So it is 1, 2, and 3 double crochet. Right, now you got 2 clusters, yeah, and then you're gonna chain 2 again. We need 4 of them. 1, 2. 1 second, my yarn's pulling. And then you're gonna put 3 more double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. That counts as our 3rd cluster. And then one last time we're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're gonna work our last 3 double crochet in the circle. So work 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. And now what we want to do is we want to pull on the short end right here, pull tight on it, right, and then you want to chain 2, 1, 2, and you can see the square starting to form. Sorry that cut off then, but as soon as you got your thing starting to look like a square, right, and you chain 2, you're gonna slip stitch in that chain 3 that we did at the start. So just slip stitch right here at the top, right, and then slip stitch in the second space right here, just like so. And then after you've done that, you're gonna move on to this chain space right here. You see this big space, and you're gonna work 8 double crochet into the space, right? So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna work 8 double crochet to the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, our last one, just like so. And then once you got 8 double crochet, you're gonna chain 1, and then into this space right here, into this next gap, right, we're gonna put a single crochet in there. So go in there, and then you're gonna put a single crochet, just like so. And then after you got a single crochet right here, you're gonna chain 1, right, and then you're gonna go in the middle. So obviously we got 1, 2, 3. You're gonna ignore the first one, and you're gonna go into the middle right here, and you're gonna put a single crochet in this middle, just like so, and then work another single crochet in the same space, in the same space, then chain 1, and then we're gonna work 2 more single crochet in that same space. So we've got 4 single crochets there, and then 1 more single crochet, just like so. I hope you understand, right here. And then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna chain 1, and then in this next space we're gonna put a single crochet in here, and then we're gonna chain 1 again, and then we're gonna put 8 double crochet in this last chain space. So you're just gonna go straight into this chain space after chaining 1, and you're gonna chain, you're gonna work 8 double crochet in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 more, 8. Right, so now you got 8 of them. And then what you want to do now is right in the middle where we did a slip stitch, we're going to go in there and we're going to do another slip stitch in the same spot right here. Just put your hook through, yarn over, and then slip stitch, and then pull on that string really tight, and then cut off your yarn, right, and then pull that through, and then pull it really tight, and then you'll see that you got a heart shaped right there. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work this different color, and I'm gonna show you how to do that now. So after we finish doing the heart, we're gonna work our second color. And now what you want to do is you want to find that bit where we chained 1 with the single crochets, right, and you want to connect your yarn right there. I've already started, as you can tell, but connect your yarn however you know how to connect it. I normally just put my hook through, right, and then I get my other color, and then I just do like a chain 1. So that's what I'm gonna do. So connect your yarn right there, and then I'm gonna do a chain 1, just like so. And then in that same space I'm gonna work a single crochet. I'm also gonna mention that we're doing back loop only stitches, so make sure you go into the back loop only. First things first is you're gonna work a single crochet in that back loop in that same space, right, and then in the next back loop we're gonna work a half double crochet, so yarn over and work a half double in that next space, and then in the next space we're gonna work a double crochet, so in the back loop, remember, double, and then in the next space we're gonna work a treble, so yarn over twice, and then work, wait, I've got here, right here, in the next space we're gonna work a treble, back loop only, and then after we've got that, your work should start looking like this. And now what you want to do is you want to chain 2, 1, 2, and then in the next space you want to do a double crochet, so yarn over, still back loop, do a double crochet, and then in the next space we want to work a half double crochet, and then in the next space you want to work single crochet in 4 spaces, so 4 single crochet in 4 different stitches, back loop only. After the half double, now we're going to work single crochet 1, single crochet 2, single crochet 3, and then single crochet 4, just like so, and your work should look like this. And after doing that we want to chain up 2, 1, 2, and then in the next space we're going to work single crochet in the next 4 spaces, so these 4 spaces here, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to work single crochets in there, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4 should be coming right about the top here, just like so. And then you'll see where we had our slip stitch, yeah, right in the middle to create the like heart, yeah. And then what we're gonna do in here, the next space, is we're gonna work a half double crochet, so yarn over and then work a half double crochet in that space, but go from here, right? There you go. I just realized I've done a double crochet, but you want to work a half double crochet in there, yarn over and do a half double in that middle there, just like so. You see what I do? God, guys, I'm making a mistake here. But after you've done, I'm just gonna go with that again, after you've done the little single crochets along the top, right, yarn over and do a half double crochet in that middle right there. And there we have it, finally got it. And then after we've got that, right, now what we want to do is we want to work like 4 single crochets going along the top. So pull your work back, right, make sure you pull it back, because right here there's like a little stitch hidden, right, and then you're gonna put your hook through there. Oh, 1 second. And you're gonna work single crochets, 4 single crochets. So I think mine's over there. Yeah, it's over there. So go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then after you finish working 4 single crochets, it should look like that. And what you want to do now is you want to chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, what am I doing? You want to chain 2. I'm confusing myself so much, but chain 2 right there, 2, and then you want to work 4 single crochets again, going along the side, just like we've done here. So 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. And now what you want to do is you want to do a half double crochet in the next space, half double, and then you want to do a double crochet in the next space, just like so. And then you want to chain 2, and then you want to do a treble crochet in the next space, yarn over twice, and then do a treble crochet after you chain 2 and the next space, just like so. And then you want to do a double crochet in the next space, and then in the last right here you want to do a half double, just like so. And then right here we've got our last one. In that same space we're going to do a single crochet, just like so. And then we're going to slip stitch right at the top here. You see this top? Just going to slip stitch, and then you'll see your heart's formed, and you've got a square around it, just like so. And then you've got your chain 2 spaces in each corner. I hope you've understood what I've done there. You can watch the video again if you've not properly understood. Okay guys, so after we finish that round, right, now what you want to do is you want to work another round of this color, right? So I'm going to just show you with this one, where right here we want to just continue, and we're going to work with this, we're going to work on the 4th row right here. So to do that, yeah, just your yarn's still connected, and then what you want to do is in the same space you want to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and that counts as a double crochet. And then in that same space, right, you want to put 2 more double crochets in there, so yarn over and then put 2 double crochets. Here's 1, and then 2 double crochet. And then after you do that, you chain 1, and then you go into this corner space right here where we had chain 2, and then you want to put 3 double crochets in there. So put 3 double crochet in that chain space, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so after you got 3 double crochets, you want to chain 2, 1, 2, only because it's a corner space. So in them corner spaces where it's chain 2, you chain 2, and then you put another 3 double crochet in that same space, because it is our corner space. 2 and 3. Got a piece of hair around here. I've literally got hair everywhere. Anyways, after you do that, right, as you can see, Now what you want to do is you want to count 3. So from here you're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then in that fourth space we're going to work 3 double crochets in there. But before we do that, we're going to chain 1, and then 1, 2, 3, fourth space, work 3 double crochets in there. I'm going to count again, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put 3 double crochet in that same space. 1, 2, and 3. Right, and then after you do that, you're going to chain 1, right, and then you need to find the chain 2 space, which is right here. If you stretch it out, you'll get it right here. And we want to work just like we've worked here with 3, chain 2, and 3. So go in here and then work 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochet, right, because the corner space, which is where we chain 2, you're going to work 1, 2, and then you're going to put 3 more double crochets in that same space. So 1, 2, and 3, just like so. And now if you put your work down, you'll see you'll have the corner space and then the one in the middle. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to chain 1, and then in this bit where we did the half double crochet, we're going to put 3 double crochet at the top of this half double crochet. So we're going to put 3 double crochets in this space. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so after we got that, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to move to this corner space right here. You might not be able to see it, but just stretch your work. And then we're going to repeat the same thing we've done for both corners. So 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. I'm going to do that now. 1, 2, 3, right, and then chain 2, 1, 2, and then work, oh my god, I'm sorry, and then work 3 more double crochets in that space. 1, 2, and 3, just like so. And now we should have 3 corner spaces. So here's 1, 2, 3, and then as soon as you finish doing that, you're gonna chain 1, right, and then you're gonna skip 2, so 1, 2, and then in the third space we're gonna do the 3 double crochet. So skip 1, 2, and then in the next space we're gonna do 3 double crochets right here. So 1, 2, and 3, just like so. And then what you're gonna do now is you're gonna chain 1, and then we're gonna go into our last space, which is right here in the last working space. We're gonna do 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and that is our last corner space. So put 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, right, and then you're gonna chain 2, and then you're gonna work 3 more double crochets in that same space. 1, 2, and oh, my arm's stuck. 3. And then your work should look like this. It's upside down, but your work should look something like this, right? And then now what we want to do is we want to chain 1, and then we want to slip stitch right at the top here where we had the chain 3 in the start. Just slip stitch right at the top there, and your work is done. And now what we're going to do is we're going to change over the color. If you don't want to change over, you don't have to change over, but if you want to change over, you can. But for mine, I'm going to change over back to this lighter pink right here, and then we're going to work 2 rows, and then we're going to, now it's really simple because you're just repeating the same thing. So yeah, for this, yeah, the way you change over is really up to you, right? So the way I'm going to change over, I'm going to slip stitch until I get to the space right here, right? So I'm going to slip stitch here, here, and then I'm moving on to this space right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hook through, and then I'm going to grab my new yarn, and then I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to chain 1. Make sure you pull on this one real hard. You can change over however you feel like, but this is how I change over. And then what I'm going to do when I'm in this corner space here, I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, not corner space, sorry, because this is our corner space where we got 2. But when you chain 3, yeah, and then you're going to put 2 more double crochet in that space. So just put 2 more double crochet. 2. Right? And then you're going to chain 1. Before I continue, I'm just going to cut this other yarn off. I'm going to weave in my end later. But yeah. And then right here, and now we'll go into this corner space right here. So for the corner space, remember, we're going to chain 3, not chain 3, put 3 double crochet in the space, chain 2, and then put another 3 double crochet because it's our little corner space. So go in this corner space where you got the chain 2, put 3 double crochets in there, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to work 3 more double crochets in that space. 1, 2, 3. Right? And then you're going to chain 1. And then into, basically what we're doing now, we're working into every spaces. Now it's clearer to see them. So in the space right here, you're going to work 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then you're going to go into the space, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then into this corner space, you're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. I'm just going to demonstrate that now. So chain 1, and then we're going to go into this normal space with not like the one with chain 2. So 3 double crochet. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 1, and then in the next space, which is kind of normal as well, we're going to work 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're moving to a corner space because we've got 2 chains right here. So what we're going to do is chain 1, and then in that corner space, we're going to put 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Then we're going to put another 3 double crochet in that same space, 2, 3. Right, and now what we're going to do is just literally repeat what we've done for this side. I'm going to stop talking now because, yeah, it's just, I feel like I don't need to explain anymore, but I'm just going to explain. So chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1. In this space, do 3, chain 2, do 3. And then I'm going to meet you back when I get back down here. Okay guys, so I'm back to the very end, so I'm at my last cluster right here, and now what I want to do is I want to slip stitch where we have the chain 3, so slip stitch right here. And because I don't like working from where I slip stitch, I just go right to the next space, right? So I'm going to slip stitch again in that middle, and then slip stitch one more time, and then in this space I'm going to work up 3 chains, so slip stitch, sorry, and then you're going to work up 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, just like so. And then what we just done for this row, you're going to repeat it, and you just basically need to repeat what I've just done for this row. Let me show you it right here. So I'm right here, I'm going to do this row and then 2 more rows with it. Right now there's no changing over and nothing like that, so I feel like you can just work on this on your own now. But before I go, I'm just going to explain it one more time. To change color, you just change color like we've been doing before, and that's it. So after you've done chain 3, right, in the same space, you're going to work 2 double crochet because that counts as a cluster, which is where we have 3 double crochet. And then after you do that, you chain 1, right, and then you go into this space right here, and you basically repeat the same thing we just did for this row. So 3 double crochet because we're in like a little corner space. 1 second, I'm gonna put my yarn. 3 double crochet, chain 2 because we're in a corner space, and then put 3 more double crochet in that corner space right there. 3. So here's your work, and now what you want to do, I'm just going to explain it to you. You're going to work here, 3 double crochet, chain 1, here, 3 double crochet, chain 1, here, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then when you get to where you got 2 chains, right, you're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and then you're gonna work until you get back down here. And again, we're gonna change our color. If you don't want to change it, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can. But I'm just gonna work and I'll be back to change color and then tell you what to do. So I've worked 2 rows of that light pink, right? And now I'm gonna change over my color again. So just like we've been doing before, right? Before you do that, I worked in my last cluster and then chain 1, and then right at the top of the chain 3 right here, we're gonna slip stitch. And again, you can just chain up 3 from here, but I don't like doing that. I just go into the next space. So we're gonna slip stitch here, 1, 2, and in the space here, we're gonna put a hook through, put this yarn down, and then get your second color, and then just yarn over, pull through, and pull through all of them. Make sure you pull on the other yarn really tightly because they'll secure it. And now I'm gonna chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then literally the same thing we've been doing, just repeat that for 2 more rows. And if you feel like that's too small for you, you can go like 2 more rounds. If you want your the little hood really big, you can work 2 more rows, 4 more rows, 5 more rows, that's up to you. But I'm only gonna work 2 more rows, and then altogether it's 8 rows I've worked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just gonna work 8 rows, and now to continue, after you chain up 3, do the 3, so add 2 more double crochets in here, right? And then chain 1, and then I'm just gonna explain it because I don't need to go through again. Just work 3, 2, 3, and then 3, 3, 3, 3, and then in the corner space you do the same thing. Just watch the video over again if you want to get a better understanding. But right now what we're gonna do is just basically this, and it'll get bigger over time. But if you want yours really big, you can keep working. But if you don't want yours too big, mine's not gonna be really big. It's just gonna be, I don't know how big it'll turn out, but I'm just praying it turns out what I'm expecting it, if you get what I mean. But yeah, just keep working around, and then when you got 4 of them, come back and we're gonna put our work together. But first, to put our work together, we're gonna do the scarf bit, and then we're gonna put our work together. But yeah, I'm gonna be back. Okay guys, so I finished working on this last granny square, and I'm right at the end, yeah, and all I need to do is just slip stitch until I get right to here, so we can cut our yarn off and then weave it in. So slip stitch here, slip stitch here, and then I'm just gonna do it here, and then I'm gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna cut my yarn, and I'm gonna weave in my last ends because I've already weaved in these ones. So remember, you need 4 of them. Okay, just like so. 1 second. Basically what we're gonna do now is we're gonna attach all these together. 1 second. And to do it, you need 1 at the basically I'm just gonna explain how we're attaching it just to make sure you can see. I'm gonna just check. Okay, so you need 1 at the front like so, and then you need 1 it's like this, and like this, right? I'm gonna just show you how you're gonna connect them together. First things first, you want to connect 1, 2, 3 together. Also, when you're connecting them, make sure the heart is facing the same way because I'm about to make that mistake. But yeah, so we're gonna connect 3 of these going straight up, and then you're gonna connect 1 right in the middle, right? Just like so. So just go ahead and do these and these. I'm gonna show you how to do 1, and then you do the other one yourself. Just a second. So we're just gonna do 2 of them first. Grab your yarn. You can do it however you want. You can use the other color yarn if you want like a little edging, but I was gonna do that, but no, I'll just stick with the same color. Where's my hook gone? It's fine, I've got this one here. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do slip stitches, and first things first, these are facing up. I'm just gonna try my best to explain this. These are facing up, right? What you want to do now is flip this one and then put it on top of this one, right? So we want to stitch from the back, if you get what I mean, and then what you want to do is match both of the corner spaces. Match both of the corner spaces together, right? And then you want to grab your yarn, right? And then you want to grab the So first thing first, grab the back panel of this back panel. I can't speak English, but you're gonna grab the front stitch of this one. So the one at the bottom, yeah, you're gonna grab the front loop. So obviously you can see the V right here. You're gonna grab the one that's behind, and then you're gonna grab the one that's behind on the other side. So when you put them together, it'll be like the back loop for this one and the back loop for the other side. So you just put your hook through and then put your yarn through, yarn over, and then chain one. And then what we're gonna do now, sorry about that, but what we're gonna do now is we're gonna slip stitch going down. So you're gonna pick up the back loop on this first one, right, and then do the same for the other side. Pick up the back loop, yarn over, and then you're gonna slip stitch, pull through all of it, and then you're gonna put it through the back loop, yarn over, pull through both, and then that's what you just literally want to do until you get back down here. Pick up both back loop and the back loop, yarn over, and slip stitch. And I'll be back. Okay guys, so I'm nearly back at the end, right, and I'm just gonna slip stitch the last two together, just like so. Oh, and then the last one is one right here. Basically just slip stitch both back loops. That's what you're doing. And then I'm gonna go into the chain space because I want to make sure that I've got it complete. I'm just gonna slip stitch and then I'm gonna chain one, right, and then I'm gonna cut off my yarn, just like so, and then your work should look, sorry about that, but now it looks like this. And when you got both your works both your panels attached to each other, now we're gonna grab the third one, right, which is this one. So you just place it right next to this one, and then remember you're gonna put it on top of it, just like so. And then we're just gonna repeat what we just done with these two. So pick up one end, right, and put your hook through one of the back loop on this side and then one of the back loop on the other side. So the back loop on this side and the back loop on this side, right, and then I'm gonna grab my yarn and connect. Also connect your yarn however you're comfortable with connecting your yarn. I do mine like so, and then I'm just gonna yarn over, pull through, and then chain one. And then again you're gonna pick up the back loop, and then you're gonna slip stitch until you get all the way back down, and I'll meet you back again when I finish slip stitching. Okay guys, so after I'm done connecting all these together, so 3 of them are connected side by side, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect this bit. So we're gonna grab our last one and then put it against here, and then you're gonna fold it in like so, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna slip stitch go in here, right, and then after we do that we're gonna slip stitch these like so, and then we're gonna slip stitch these like so. But first things first is connect these two together. So again, you're connecting on the outside, so you're just gonna flip this over, right, and then slip stitch going along the top here, and then your work should connect like so. Just do that and then come back, because it's the same thing we did along here, and I'll show you how to do these on the side. Okay guys, so I've connected this bit together and it should look something like this. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slip stitch these two together and these two together. So because I've stopped here, I'm just, obviously my work's still folded this way, and then what I'm gonna do now is just bring it to this side, right, and then I'm gonna put these two together right here, and then I'm gonna slip stitch going that way, right, and then when I finish with that I'm gonna put my work back out, and then I'm gonna put this one because it will fall to this side, and then I'm gonna slip stitch going down this way. So I'm gonna put it down and I'm gonna show you what to do, because I feel like this is quite self-explanatory. But after I've done these three, right, I'm gonna put that last one in the middle, and then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna slip stitch this side to this side, and to do that you just need to bring it down like so, and then after you do that side just do the side and you're literally done. And then we're gonna do the scarf bit, and then I'm gonna tell you what's next. This is what my work looks like, so it's fine if it's a bit like puffy, that's fine. You can just stretch it out or steam it or whatever, but it should look something like this. What I'm gonna go to do with mine, right, is I'm gonna do single crochets going along the bottom, just so like these bits right here not too like obvious, you get what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then yeah, let's see the scarf bit now. I've already done mine, but I'm gonna tell you how I did it. So here's mine, right? I put 2 balls of yarn together, but for the sake of this explanation, I'm only gonna use 1 ball of yarn. So what I mean by that is, like, say like this is 1 yarn, and then I got another one and put it with this, so it'd be like thicker, and then I sized up to a 6mm hook, right? And that's how I got this. And we're working back loop stitches only, and I also worked 9 rows for this. I can tell you the measurement. 1 second. So for my scarf, the measurement for my scarf in centimeters is, don't know why I can't do it on the table, 16 centimeters, right? So for the scarf, it's measuring 16 centimeters, and then for the length, it's really long. It's probably longer than my tape rule, but all I'm gonna say is I chained 170 chains plus 1. Okay. Oh, anyways, I'm gonna do that now, and I'll talk on. So for the scarf bit, yeah, I chained 170, but for the sake of this demonstration and explanation, I'm only gonna chain up 15. So first things first, do a slip knot. So wrap your yarn around your finger and do a slip knot, and then I chained up 170, but I'm gonna do 15 now, and just pretend like it's the length that you choose to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, right? Say that's the 170, and then I'm going to chain an extra 1 right there, and then I'm going to do double crochet going all the way down until I get back down to this end here with the stitch count of 15, or however much you crocheted before you added 1. So I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to work 15 double crochets going back down. Just pretend like this is the scarf. We're just making like a rectangle basically. And what I'm going to do now is you can chain up 2 and then keep working back down. But what I like to do is I like to turn my work around, right? And then in the first, actually I'm going to chain up 2 for the sake of this, because I feel like everyone does a chain up 2. So what I'm going to do is chain up 2, 1, 2. It doesn't count as by the way. And then you turn your work around, and we're going to be working back loop stitches only. So yarn over, and you see your first double crochet that you got here, you're going to go into the back loop, and you're going to do a double crochet in that back loop, right? Just like so. And then you're going to work in back loop only, going back all the way to the top here. And this is literally all you need to repeat, and I'm going to repeat this for 9 rows. Well, I repeated mine for 9 rows. Back loop only, double crochet. When I get back to the end here, I'm going to demonstrate that one more time, and we're done. I also need to remind you that mine is quite thick because I put 2 balls of yarn together as one, if you get what I mean. So yeah, and it measured, as I've said before, I think it was 16 centimeters. Anyways, work until you get back to the top, and I'll meet you again to show you. Okay, so once you get back to the very top here, what you're gonna do, we're gonna repeat what we did when we turned our work. We're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, then turn my work around, and then I'm gonna work back loop only stitches again, double crochet, and you want to work that until you get back to the very top, and repeat that for 9 rows. So your work's just gonna keep going like so. Here's what mine looks like with, obviously that one's 15 chains, this one's 170, and it is long. It is, I don't know how long it is, but it's really long. Just work on that, and then we're gonna connect our scarf and the front piece together. So like I said before, I'm gonna single crochet going along here. When I finish doing that, I'll be back and we're gonna put it together. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna connect the little scarf and we're gonna connect the balaclava piece, whatever, to this bit now. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure we get this right in the middle. So this is where your stitch markers are gonna be needed. 1 second, let me just get mine. I've got about 3 of them, but I've got more right here. So I've got 5. Probably will be more than enough, but so first things first, you're gonna fold your scarfing off, right? Or mine's really long, just like so, and then we're gonna find right where the middle bit is. Yeah, you can always count it to find out where it is, but I'm just gonna fold it off and I'm gonna say it's around here, and then I'm just gonna place a stitch marker, right? And then same thing for your balaclava piece, you're gonna fold it, right? And then you're gonna find wherever you want the back or the front to be, and mine's gonna be right here, and I'm gonna find like right where the middle bit is as well, and I'm gonna put a stitch marker. You can always count your stitches, but I like to just guess, but counting your stitches is probably the best. So I'm gonna put a stitch marker right there, and then I'm gonna open that up, right? And then I'm gonna connect both. So I'm gonna take 1 stitch marker out and then use 1 stitch marker and connect them together. But remember, we're stitching on the wrong side, right? So this is my wrong side. I'm just gonna assume this is my right side for my scarf, right? And then first thing I'm gonna do is, so open up the scarf, because we found the middle point now, and we also found the middle point for the balaclava bit, and they're like both right here. And then what I want to do is, the right side is facing the table and the wrong side is right here at the top here. And then what I'm just gonna do is take this stitch marker out and then connect the one that's on the balaclava, connect it to the scarf, just like so, and we map both their middle points. And then this is the bit where I'd probably advise to make sure you count it. So from this end to this end, you need to count how many stitches, and then you need to match it up with the scarf, right? And then you need to do the same to the side. From this end to this end, this should probably be equal. Just count how many stitches and make sure you like stitch mark it to the scarf, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and count mine, and then I'm gonna stitch mark it to the scarf because we might have different ones. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. So I've stitch marked at 5 different points, so the ends and then the middle and then these 2 points here, just to keep it in place. And then what I'm gonna do now is, this is the wrong part. The wrong part is like right on the table. Sorry, someone's trying to get in. Hello, sorry about that. But basically I've stitch marked on 5 different points just to make sure they don't move. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna slip stitch. So like I said before, that's the back of my work. The back of my work is facing upwards, and then the front of my work is here, right? And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pick it up like this, right? And then I'm gonna slip stitch from the stitch marker down to the stitch marker. I can't speak. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just gonna show you. Sorry, my look, because I'm trying to get it. But I'm just gonna show you me just slip stitching as I work along until I get down here. Okay guys, so I'm coming up to the very end of this round, and what I'm going to do is take out my stitch marker and then work into that very last space, the scarf panel and the balaclava panel. Do my last slip stitch and then chain 1, and then get my cutter and then fasten off my work. I'm going to weave in them ends later, but now our work should look something like this. It don't look like much, but I'm going to show you it putting it on, not tonight, tomorrow, because I'm filming this like really late at night. But thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna show a proper video of me wearing this tomorrow. So yeah, good night. I'll see you in the morning.